Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our playoffs. The TeD Cup continues. We had a bit of a intermission with other tournaments these last couple of days. We had the TP League, we had the FoCuS, but now finally TeD Cup continues. We went through the first group stage, we went through the second group stage, and now we have 4 players left. FoCuS and Kaho will be in our first game of the day. Kaho, the rising star from China, is going to try to beat FoCuS once more, like he's done quite a few times in the past. And 1-0 versus Lin coming up after. We have only the 2 semifinals today. The grand final and third place match not today, but tomorrow. Yeah, and especially I think 1-0 versus Lin is pretty spicy. But we start with Kaho versus FoCuS indeed. Kaho, the rising star of the scene at the moment, a very young player from China, going up against one of the veterans here in FoCuS. This is a best of 5, of course. Semifinals and grand finals also to follow. I looked it up earlier, by the way. I was wondering how many times the two played already, because Kaho isn't active for too long. And it was only twice. In July, they met 2 times in the WC3 Champions Finals and also in the TP League. And both times, Kaho won. And he didn't just win, he didn't drop a single map so far to FoCuS. What's the name of the plugin that shows the hero damage? Well, that's our own tool that was custom made for us, which was very expensive, by the way. So I don't think we're gonna just hand that out. Thank you, by the way, Darkness, with the 42-month resub. Oh, the peon. Oh, he almost stole the last hit. Oh my god, that was so close. Peon Scout quickly gonna get killed. Entangle first makes it easy for the keeper, and FoCuS is creeping rather passively. Oftentimes nowadays we will see orcs going for the green camp here, just pick up the item and then be aggressive. But FoCuS this time around may wanna creep a bit more at the start. Claws for him are very nice, and if he gets the second green camp after the first, that would be his level 2. I've criticized FoCuS in the past, where I felt like he was playing too passive against the keeper specifically. Oh, crit out of nowhere, gets the last hit. We'll see how that goes here today. Kaho with a standard build, keeper hunts, followed by a tech, followed by an expansion. We've seen lots of orcs recently play quite a bit of mirror image. Even early game, FoCuS is not doing this. He's going for crit and windwalk and creeping a lot in this early game. Normally on this map especially, the keeper has a very tough time leveling up to level 3. And I wonder if FoCuS is going to regret being this passive. He's getting a couple of items here. FoCuS loves picking up items, and sentry wards are certainly very good. So the timing here is pretty cool. He gets the next item, doesn't creep the rest, and now it's about the shop. Oh, he didn't wake up the creeps. Big mistake by FoCuS. FoCuS was trying to wake up the creeps that the keeper had to run, but he went into windwalk too early. First big mistake by FoCuS that might cost him down the road.
A town is under siege. A player's forces are under attack.
FoCuS might lose the shop here, but if that means that he doesn't lose any grunts and that the keeper isn't creeping, I think he should be totally fine with that. Shop is not so expensive to remake after all. Questions, of course, when Kaho is going to set up the expansion, because at some point he will have to. This Dryad strat, or Huntress strat, excuse me, does not work on one base for too long. FoCuS delaying the new shop a little bit. He's got a lot of heal salves still, so he doesn't need them right away. Also bought more claws of attack, so this Blade Master is looking quite fierce already. Here comes Shadowrunner Lodge. And FoCuS looking for the expansion. He finds the Wisp. Oh, Windwalker runs out. There we go. Finally starting a shop now. Especially from Lin, we've seen that Bestiary can also be very helpful. But no Bestiary here. Blade Master harassing, making this creep not that easy. But the dust is there, the Blade Master spotted. Kaho should be able. Oh, FoCuS playing with fire. Blade Master now very hurt. And Kaho is ensuring that this creep camp will fully go to him. It's gonna be level 3 as well. And a Ring of Regen, always good. FoCuS harassing a little bit in the main base. Shadowrunner solo creeping. It's gonna be a fast level 2 for him. And the Keeper has to deal with his blade. Doesn't want to lose all the wisps, of course. This means Shadowrunner safely gets to level 2. That's a good start for him. And he's got the shop finished to heal up right after. Looking pretty good. Pretty even early game, I'd say. FoCuS didn't lose any units. He's level 2 now. The Keeper got level 3. The Blade Master was also able to harass in the meantime. The Huntress is being kept at home, so the Blade doesn't get the kill on the tree.
Player's forces are under attack.
The problem with creeping this camp with the Blade Master early is you don't have it available for the Shadowrunner. For that reason, I'm a much bigger fan of more aggressive Blade and keeping these camps for the second hero, Shadow. Kaho is looking for the Creepjack, and with the 2 heroes, I think he's going to be able to find it as well. Pretty easy to predict where the Shadowrunner would be creeping early game. There's only so many options. And that one grunt seems to be in real trouble. There's Heal Wave though. Talisman of Evasion. Not bad for the Blade Master. FoCuS will have to use the Heal Wave soon, I think. 2 purges, 2 saves. Okay, pretty solid defense here by FoCuS. Didn't lose too much. Gets a bit more experience for the Treants as well. Blade Master. Oh yeah, that Heal Wave was badly needed. Speed Scroll, trying to run away. 1 grunt might fall. Himself. Okay, good disengage by FoCuS. Now he needs some time to heal up. And since he didn't lose any units, I think he can be satisfied with this early game. Also, if you look at the experience for Kaho, he's got nothing on his heroes anymore. I mean, did I say experience? I meant mana. Mana is very low indeed.
A player's forces are under attack.
Blade Master running across the map. Oh, he actually has the timing down. I thought he wouldn't be in time to get the Entangled cancel. But I think he will be. If he's fast with a priority. Is that enough? Yes, it is. Forces the staff back on the Keeper. 1 Entangle. Oh, wait. 1 Entangle might not be enough here. But with the rest of the army coming, this Blade is going to be forced away. Windwalk gets him out of dodge.
A player's forces are under attack.
In the meantime, the Shadowrunner trying to keep on creeping. Oh, nice surround in the Overseer. Pretty good game by FoCuS. I still feel like he could have been more aggressive early game, but with that decision, playing it well. A clean game so far by FoCuS. Gets the heal, the Invul Potion as well. I was about to say Heal Scroll, but that has not been picked up yet. Expansion now fully mining. I like the AP here as well.
A player's forces are under attack.
Belt and Talisman, very good tankiness items for the blade. And now Kaho finally catching up with a bit of creeping on his own. His mana situation in the Moonwells is not looking grand. We got mostly hunts, by the way. Not too many archers yet. There's a window right now for Kaho to cancel the expansion. If he passes by the orc, FoCuS kind of has control of the middle. Gets the big item as well. Book of the Dead. Not bad. If there's no wisps nearby, this book is really good, especially if you're trying to hold a push. Which might be the case now. There we go. Book of the Dead summoned. The first shaman goes down right away. But without wisps here, I think this is a great fight for FoCuS indeed. Oh, one grunt saved with very low HP. Nicely done. And for FoCuS right now, it's important to hold position and defend the expansion, which is coming up in the north. Still takes more than a minute, though, to finish. Oh, Blade Master has to use the Ammo Potion. Heal Scroll on Kaho. And, wow. Kaho was able to take this fight way easier than I thought he would. FoCuS needs to spam Serpent Wards here, because he knows the push might be coming.
A player's forces are under attack.
FoCuS. Not spamming those Serpent Wards. Only now. This could have been 2 more Serpent Wards already. The Korean a little bit slow here to react. The Blade Master also in the main base, not joining. TP out finally. The expansion is cancelled. One more Hunters goes down. But that was a big mistake by FoCuS. The moment he retreated, he should have spammed Serpent Wards here. And maybe he could have held the expansion, or at least make it more expensive for Kaho. Who's now gonna build a big army. Kaho definitely in the driver's seat now with his expansion cancel. FoCuS a little bit too slow there. Blade Master too slow to heal up and return. Shadowhunter too slow to spam the Serpent Wards. A bit of a shame for FoCuS. This was a good position that they had before. If the expansion finishes, he's in a fine position this game. But now, I believe he's in a bit of trouble. Speed score popped. We don't have raiders here, by the way, for Ensnare against the Alchemist. But the grunts get on top of the archers. That's very good. It's exactly what you want, of course. But again, the Serpent Ward's missing. FoCuS not using the mana on his Shadowhunter. And it's a lot of grunts going down. Only 1 armor upgrade so far, by the way. Shadowhunter gets level 4 finally. And now we got a long night time as well. 15 supply lead for Kaho. Blade picks up the Invo Potion. This position is very well fortified for FoCuS with the tower, with the shop. He's got the level 4 Shadow, which is a big level up always. Oh wait, how did he get that kill? Where was the detection? Maybe it was still fade time for the archer. Blade Master is quite tanky indeed. And this expansion seems like it will finish. Kaho not really pushing too high into upkeep. He's not going tier 3. From Moon recently, we've seen a lot of tier 3 play. But again, where are the Serpent Wards? Where are the Serpent Wards? FoCuS so cautious with those. Finally sets up one. Maybe he's worried about the Serpent Wards being sniped by the archers and feeding experience. But that's well worth it if he can ensure that the expansion finishes. Which now, it will. Blade Master gets out of the FoCuS fire. Good usage of mirror image right there. Gets out of the entangle and also dispels the acid bomb, by the way. Thank you, Grills, with the 44-month resub. We got a lot of lightning shield over here. Shadowhunter now being level 4 for the level 2 heal wave is also a very big deal. Scroll protection popped. Kaho is trying to do some serious damage here. He's pushing up to 60 supply. FoCuS still hesitant to fully engage. Now the mana is gone, the Alchemist, but he's got the mana potion for the next heal spray. The shop goes down. That's a big deal. FoCuS needs to remake that shop ASAP with the peon. The Keeper gets level 4. Code of Beast joins for FoCuS. I'm not sure if that's the right call. Maybe Raiders would have been better. Now we see raiders coming. But Kaho is looking very confident. He's got a strong tier 2 army. If this push fails, by the way, FoCuS has the lead. But it's very hard for FoCuS to fight through this army. Big Master's Remo potion is over, needs to reposition. Heal potion, transferred as well. The blade re-engaging in the backline. Taking out archers is his job. Good shadow melds as well. No detection on the orc side. Alchemist had to be staffed out, but he's got the tele staff, right? Oh yeah, he can join back in with the tele staff now. With more heal spray. FoCuS didn't remake the shop. He didn't remake the shop in the back. And this might be the final blow here that breaks FoCuS's neck. Oh, the heal spray is so good, dude. Oh my god, over and over. Entangle on the shadow. He's almost dead. The huntresses get the kill indeed. And that is the expansion going down, and that should be lights out normally for FoCuS. Oh, painful game for the orc. FoCuS has to call for the GG. The expansion cancelled. That was the big play here by Kaho. Being able to cancel the expansion while it was coming up. And yeah, FoCuS making a pretty big mistake there. When he was fighting in the middle with the Book of the Dead, I think he was overconfident in his ability to win this fight. I don't blame him for that, really. I also thought with the book being used and him having level 3 shadow and all that, I think this would be an easy fight for him, but it turned out to be harder than anticipated, and then he fell back. And then he made the crucial error of not being fast enough with Serpent Words, with healing the blade, with returning with a blade. Did he have a shop at the expansion then already? I'm not quite certain, because the blade ran back to the main base. Ideally, you also just want to keep him at the expansion. But the missing Serpent Words, that was the big, big problem. And that was one of the best maps for the orc. Northern Isles, normally a very orc-favorite map. But so is the next one. Echo Isles, normally also orc-favored. But the orc has to be aggressive. FoCuS can't be this passive. You can't just let the Keeper creep up freely to level 3. On Northern Isles specifically, this should never happen. This is something that FoCuS has been displaying for much too long, I think. Being too passive with the blade early game in this matchup. But it's a long series. Best of 5, FoCuS still certainly has chances to bring it back. Now on Echo Isles, especially if he's got a clean early game. If he can keep this Keeper of the Grove under wraps. Could be a different story. All right, we're loading in. One 0 lead for the kid, the rising star of China, Kaho, who we're becoming more and more impressed with. He almost was able to beat Happy recently in the Show Cup. He has really skyrocketed in performance. For a long time he was only a ladder player, but now we see him more and more in tournaments as well. On ELO rank 8 in the global standings is Kaho. Same as FoCuS, by the way. They have exactly the same amount of ELO points right now. 2,543. Standard openings here once more. The reason why this map is normally very good for Orc is, firstly, you can counter-expand well. Secondly, you can creep well with Shadowhunter. And thirdly, normally it's very tough for the Keeper to creep early. if the Orc scouting is on point and if the Blade Master's doing his job harassing early. I feel like a broken record when I cast these FoCuS games. Because so often, he just lets the Keeper roam around freely and doesn't put enough pressure on him. Because in Echo Isle specifically, there's only very few camps that Night Elf can creep early on. This green camp, of course, and this green camp, of course, but they're gone quickly. And after that, there's only the naturals and this green. So it's very easy normally for the Orc to figure out where the Night Elf is and to prevent the Keeper from leveling beyond level 2. For that reason also, I think it's important to keep this Peon Scout alive and actually scout with him and figure out where the Keeper is. Let's start again here with the Claws of Attack. I think I would have liked it if the shop was here. That way you just scout the entrance of your main base as well. Of course, that comes at the risk of losing the shop, but I think that's totally fine. Keeper at the green camp. Getting to level 2. FoCuS wants to snipe the item from the Ogre Magi. Oh, the Wisp opened up the way for the warriors. Ooh, this is a big moment here. Blade Master. Can he get it? Oh, just barely. Oof. And he knows there's no dust on the Keeper, so he is fairly safe. Didn't sell the Scroll of the Beast, surprisingly. Maybe now he will? Nope. Keeper stole the Claws of Attack, by the way. I'm sure FoCuS would have loved those himself. Alright, and now the classic FoCuS play would be bring your grunts over here, creep up more, get level 2, get more items, but I think this is where FoCuS has to be aggressive. Scout with a peon, figure out what's going on, and slow down the Keeper. And now he knows where he is. Alright, and he will be aggressive. Okay, I like that a lot more. There we go. This early game is looking great for FoCuS. If he times it well, he should get the last hit here also. And he does. Picks up the tome. Doesn't have a dust though. Quick reactions by Kaho. Hiding the archer here right away. Ooh, nice deny. Prevents the level 2 as well. Blade Master strike clicks. Pretty good. And here he gets the level 2. Going mirror image this time. Oh. Despite the fact that he doesn't have too much mana here. Looking for an expansion as well, but there is none to be found. Like I said, early game, Night Elf can only really creep the naturals and the greens here, so FoCuS still knows what he has to check for. Trying to go for the Magi is pretty greedy. But having seen the Keeper passing towards the main base, I guess that is also a good play, actually, because he knows that the Keeper can't entangle him right away. Alright, nice steal by FoCuS. Picks up the next item. Woo! This is a super strong blade that we see here.
A player's forces are under attack.
FoCuS now waiting for the Shadowhunter to come out. The build that we see from Lyn most of the time is 2 grunts into Shaman and Bestiary. That way you can go for early raiders for Ensnare and stuff. Oh, but FoCuS going for the mercenaries here actually. That's also pretty nice. That means he has very early Dispel. 2 abolished he can use against this Keeper. And FoCuS is in a really good position here. It's a bit of a shame that he's taking this camp, this experience away from his Shadowhunter. But a fast level 3 is also pretty strong. Especially with these items. The next goal will be to try to creep up the Shadowhunter to level 3.
A player's forces are under attack.
It's the Blade Master's job again to scout around. And FoCuS should fight here, shouldn't he? He's got the mercs, he's got the grunts. He's got a very strong Blade Master. Shadowhunter hasn't chosen the skill yet. It's heal wave first. Interesting.
Players' forces are under attack.
And Kaho has a lot of treants here. It's treants level 2. FoCuS has a pretty tough time going up against that. But the heal wave is helping out the grunts as well. Speed scroll popped. Looking for some kills maybe against the alchemist, for example. But the purge is not ready. But the blade master should be good enough. There he goes. One more heal wave. That was the last one. And Kaho seems to be in serious trouble. It's about to be daytime, by the way. So he's going to have to TP out, try to save these huntresses. Alchemist is going to be back pretty quickly, of course. He was only level 1. But that was certainly quite a few losses for Kaho, and the Moon Juice is looking terrible now. Expansion not running yet. If FoCuS just buys Mana Potion Clarity, Aegis attacks right now, I think he wins instantly. But he's going to try to counter expand once more, which is by no means bad. Invuln picked up by the blade. Also, Keeper's items also pretty good. But no mana. Alchemist only level 1. FoCuS definitely has a big lead this game. Whenever the Orc casts a supply lead over the Night Elf, you know it's bad news for the Elf. Never trust an Elf. But then again, FoCuS's army also pretty hurt. He doesn't have heal salves anymore. That's pretty annoying right now. Backpack could have been cool to bring some salves from the main. But he's also got a shop coming at the expansion. It's pretty scary for Kaho. He doesn't have a TP. There's a lot of purges that can be used here. Eyes close protection. Blade Master has the Immo Potion though. He's looking for the kill. Tells the Wand of Lightning Shield. And the TP is used. Kaho makes it out. Oh, and the Blade for FoCuS is very, very hurt now. He's got that heal scroll still, but it only heals for 150. But Kaho has his own issues trying to heal up. The expansion is finally mining, but FoCuS also only around 1 minute away from having his own expo. FoCuS position looking very, very, very good here. Surfing board's only level 1, they're not really so scary yet. Didn't see a telestaff here on either side, by the way. Kaho gonna buy a new TP. Would love to find the cancel against this Great Hall. Wait a minute. Does he have the time? I don't think so, right? Oh, Keeper getting purged. No way. No way. No, this was the perfect early game so far. For Kaho. TPing out. Oh, but he's not gonna get the cancel, is he? Oof, just barely the Great Hall finishes, and that's basically GG. Oh, he didn't bring the treants. If they had been in, maybe it could have been a different story. The expansion stands for FoCuS, and now he's got so much income. And finally, also very strong heroes. Shadowhunter going to pick up level 3. And of course, he's got the shop to rely on also. Would love to see more upgrades for the grunts. Talisman of Evasion. Not bad. Puts them on the Keeper. Interesting. Kaho has had to buy a lot of TPs. This really slowed down his army production.
A town is under siege.
Moonstone Clarity, TP. And Kaho wants to go for the base race. But FoCuS is in position way sooner. Yeah, this tree is gone. This tree is going down. There's no TP on FoCuS. Oh, no, there is a TP on FoCuS. Oh, very nice. FoCuS smartly anticipating this play with the Huntress run by. Oh, sick acid bomb hitting the whole orc army. But FoCuS is so much stronger, with his heroes especially, that I think he can afford to eat that big acid bomb. Late Master level 4. Yeah, this is it. This is game. Even a bestiary could join soon. FoCuS losing quite a few units here, for sure. But he still got his very powerful heroes to rely on. And a good amount of armies still left. Lost almost all the shaman, but they reproduce pretty fast.
A player's forces are under attack. Town is under siege.
I'm gonna reach level 4 here. And then he can also rely on that wonderful level 2 heal wave. Pretty low lumber for FoCuS. But that's the only issue, I guess, that he has at the moment. Kaho is trying to cobble together one last big push. But it is certainly looking very desperate. FoCuS going into upkeep. Can get up to 60, maybe even 70 supply pretty easily. I like that he's going for towers as well. He knows it has to be hit and run with the hunts. We have no armor upgrades, by the way. These hunts take a lot of damage from towers, from serpent wards. Blade trying to scout with the mirror image. But the huntresses are hiding. Alright, here we go. 56 supply for Kaho. His last chance. Trying to take out this stronghold. It's a lot of damage. It's a lot of damage. This might be enough. He might be able to get it, but it's going to cost a lot of huntresses. Alchemist out of mana. No heal spray anymore. Oh my god, the mass repair! The mass repair, though! Oh, beautiful heal spray. Or heal wave, rather. To save the peons. Alchemist goes down. He had the TP. And that is finally GG. Good game by FoCuS. This early game looked the way it's supposed to look for Orc on this map especially. Use your Blade Master, be aggressive, don't give any freedom to this keeper. Don't allow him to level up. And then you can be in control, like we saw here. FoCuS ties it up. If he had played the first map a bit better, this could be the 2-0 lead already for FoCuS. But that was squandered a bit. But there's still a chance. Even chance now for the two players to still win this best of 5. FoCuS has now already managed something that he didn't until today, which was taking a map off of Kaho. Before, when they played in July's TP League, it was a 3-0 for Kaho. And in the WC3 Champions Finals, it was a 2-0 for Kaho. FoCuS now finally got on the board. On map 3, though, the early game specifically will certainly be harder, because it's going to be Tidehunters. And unlike Echo Isles and Last Refuge, on Tidehunters, there's tons of camps where the keeper can creep in the early game. And that means it can be very tough to try to slow down the keeper. Feels to me like this telestaff should be a big difference maker, and FoCuS should try to pick it up if he can. Of course, there's only one shop here. So if FoCuS gets the telestaff, this would be a big help for the Blade Master. We have seen by FoCuS as well before in this map some FoCuS play. But that always seems gimmicky. That never really actually seems good if the Night Elf plays well against it. And it's not really part of the meta anymore. Oh, wait a minute. But maybe it is now. Oh, hell yeah. Look at all these peons that are cute here. No barracks by FoCuS. So it is going to be a FoCuS. Ooh, okay, kind of exciting. I haven't seen this in quite some time. FoCuS against Keeper. Normally with FoCuS, when playing against Night Elf, you always want to have a fast tech and then creep the natural, probably with Shadowhunter second, build a good tier 2 army, and win with the expansion. So there, for once, the shoe is on the other foot, where the Orc is trying to outmass. It all comes down to the Keeper, I feel like, whether that works. If the Keeper gets really good items, if he levels up quickly, if he gets a fast level 3, this Keeper can become very difficult to deal with. Which is why it's the FoCuS's job to slow down the Keeper as much as he can. Kaho trying to creep very fast here to level 2. Despite the fact that the FoCuS is coming, he knows he still has some time. He can get to level 2 here pretty easily. That means he's going to have Entangle, which is a help, especially against the harassing wolves. Trying to cancel one of the Moonwells here. Does he have a damage? Not really. Wisp Detonate. Oh! Wait. Did he get the experience? Oh, nice deny though. Couple of wisps have to be sacrificed here, but the Archer and the Treants still creeping, the Keeper defending. This is looking very solid so far for Kaho. Finally starting his tech now. This is of course dangerous for the Night Elf. The tech has started. The wisps are getting threatened. And if you lose too many wisps, then your lumber is going to be in shambles. So you need to make sure these wisps see the light of day again. FoCuS his tech a lot faster though. It's a big, big difference. So it's tech lead on one side against a hero lead on the other. With the Keeper having so much experience already. Whoa. And Kaho honestly doesn't seem phased much by these wolves. I really like the choice of him. To creep this camp fast, to pick up the item, get level 2 with the Keeper right away. To creep super efficiently, very fast in the early game. FoCuS has no experience. The Keeper is almost level 3 already. This is certainly looking a bit scary. Tier 2 finished. It's TC second. Grunts. Bestiary. He's Torrent Totem. Whoa. That begs the question of how he's going to deal with Entangle. Interesting. Wolf still hunting for some wisp kills. But good juggling here by Kaho. He got the level 3 finally. Didn't decide on the skill point yet. But solid defense. All the wisps survive. And Kaho's lumber is looking okay. It's not looking amazing. Normally against tier 2 orc, FoCuS, Expo, you want to go bears. And for that, I'm not sure if Kaho has enough lumber. At least not right away.
Players' forces are under attack. A town is under siege.
Alright, TC begins creeping. And the keeper now, of course, is very strong. It's a panda second by Kaho. It always seems so dangerous. Feels like the keeper should just be able to find kills here super easily. He's got so much mana. FoCuS is waiting for his walkers. It's going to take quite a while until he has Dispel. Dispel. And FoCuS seems to have lost all control of the match. It seems like it is Kaho now in the driver's seat. But creeping the middle here, perhaps a little bit greedy. The Raiders with the Ensnare can certainly try to look for some kills. Entangle on the Grunt. Ensnare on the Keeper. He's able to staff out. Spirit Link finally applied. I feel like that was a bit late maybe. Also seems like FoCuS has to creep the natural and has to expand. On one base, this tier 2 army normally not that impressive. In the meantime for Kaho, we have lures coming, dryads on the way. No bear transition yet, but that might be for later. FoCuS looking for a creepjack, but none to be found here. And Kaho didn't actually lose any archers. This is perfect for him. FoCuS charging in with a scroll of speed. He's trying to find the archers out of position. Ensnares fly. This is a TP forced. But Kaho also able to do a lot of damage in the meantime. Oh, takes out the walker. That's big. The only walker that FoCuS had. Everything's really hurt for him already. Well, not very, but a little hurt at least. And he doesn't have a heal scroll. Kaho seems to be in a really good position here, if you ask me. Alright, one heal scroll picked up by FoCuS. Oh, and this time he might get the hero kill. Feels like he needs it, but actually the keeper doesn't go down, going for the dryad instead. But the entangle, one after the next, and there's just no dispel. Ooh, it is looking rough for FoCuS. Kaho is seemingly on his way to take the third map. But then again, the Night Elf himself doesn't have that many units. But more and more Dryads are streaming in from the main base. And the Keeper might be dead. Has to staff or pass the potion. Oh, he did that. Passed the potion. Nicely done. Fighting his way out. The Raider almost goes down.
A player's forces are under attack.
And now it might be time for FoCuS to find some kills here. The ensnares against the Dryads, certainly effective. Keeper has one more entangle in a second. Kaho is having difficulty with healing. Panda got level 3 though, that's a big level up. Ring of Regen also for him, wonderful. Ooh, the Farseer! Has to TP out if he wants to save himself, and he does. Kaho finally has a moment to breathe, needs to try to heal. The Moonwells are looking rough though. Going for the Moonstone and Clarities. That seems to make a lot of sense. Lost the Ancient of War, so can't continue to creep too easily without that AOW.
A player's forces are under attack.
And just more and more Dryads for Kaho. Doesn't want to go tier 3, doesn't want to expose himself to weak timing. Farseer now basically useless. The wolves will always be getting dispelled. The chain lightning doesn't do much of anything. And also the spirit link should always get dispelled by these Dryads. Finds a flute of accuracy, that's very good. More damage on the Dryads. Even if it's just one more damage. Every little bit helps. Oh, and Kaho finds the Creepjack. The Farseer needs to rejoin the army, maybe to TP them out. Oh, the Panda's drunken head with a fire doing huge damage. Oh my goodness. Farseer joins not with a TP, but with a heal scroll. He uses it, saving a couple of his units, but they're so hurt already. This is just a massacre. No Keeper targeted again, going for the desperate hero kill. FoCuS is trying to, but there's a heal potion. And the Keeper survives this pretty easily. One more Breath of Fire takes out the Walker as well. Nicely done. And there's so many entangles, and no way to deal with the entangles. All the raiders go down. Yeah, the Walkers, a bit of a questionable choice. If FoCuS goes Shadow Hunter here, and Shaman, and he expands, could be a different game. But that's how the cookie crumbles. And Kaho takes the 2-1 lead. I imagine this should be the only game that looks like this, though. The Farseer, certainly not seen much nowadays. Tidehunter is the most likely occurrence. Didn't seem that, yeah, that effective, though. I think Kaho just played really well against it. Leveling up the Keeper to 2, not panicking, keeping up the creeping with the Archer and Treants. Just solid game. Really solid game by Kaho. And now we move on to Last Refuge for map 4. That's always a scary map for Orc, because it's really good for mass talents on the Night Elf side, which is still very, very, very hard to beat, even in this day and age. If the Night Elf ever gets to the late game, ever gets to the 50 supply with some strong heroes. Not every Night Elf plays talents, though. Does Kaho play talents? I'm not sure. Kaho definitely models himself and his play quite a bit after his countryman Colorful. He took a lot of inspiration from him, and Colorful is an amazing talent player, especially on Last Refuge. So perhaps that has nudged Kaho in that direction as well. It's not like you can't play Keeper Hunts on this map. You certainly can, but that can be a lot tougher here than on most other maps. And that again comes down to early game creeping. The Keeper has a very tough time here leveling up in the early game. Very similar to Echo Isles. So if FoCuS expects a Demon Hunter first, he wants to go creeping a little bit at the start, pick up some salves, and then contest. Against the Keeper, you want to be instantly aggressive. So the Orc always has to make a guess. What's he facing? What's he playing against? And indeed, it is a Keeper. No Demon Hunter first. It could still be Talons, perhaps. We have seen Keeper first into Talons. However, I think Demon first into Talons is much stronger. In the late game, at least. And seems like FoCuS has the right opening here. He's gonna go into the middle of the map, by the way. Pick up the circlet. Try to get these consumables. And ideally also prevent Keeper level 2 if possible. Peon Scout pulling the creeps. Trying to slow down the Keeper. Pretty standard so far. Circle for the blade. Tier 2 starts. Very predictable that the blade is over here. And FoCuS is willing to trade here. Oh, or is he? Maybe not. Gets the last hit. That's a big one. It prevents the Keeper from the level up, at least for the time being. How many more last hits does he need? No. Keeper gets one more little Murloc. Needs one more additional one for the level 2 now. No Huntress, by the way. Tier 2 starts only with archers. So that means this really might be Keeper Talents. And FoCuS should figure this out pretty quickly. The fact that he's not seeing any Huntress should make him quite suspicious. If FoCuS gets both last hits here, that would be absolutely huge. But Kaho knows that FoCuS is around. He's waiting for the blade to reveal himself. And there it is. Keeper takes a good amount of damage. Oh, the ensnare on the grunt! Oh no. That is very unfortunate for FoCuS. I mean, he was playing with fire. When you run in and out of range of the Murlocs, that is what can happen. Oh. The game looked so good until now, but losing the grunt and giving level 2 to the Keeper, that is bad news for FoCuS now. Wait, if the blade shows himself, he might be dead. Entangle? Ooh. Oi, 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 oi. That was dangerous. A little careless with the ensnares. And suddenly the lead is gone. No way. He's gonna backstab again. Are you serious, bro? There's an entangle. No way. He wants to steal the item, maybe. Steal the item out of Invis. That's kind of cool. Oh, and he's got Cloak of Shadows. Oh, that's sick. Wait. But he can't show himself. Otherwise he dies. Alright. TC coming. He realized its talents because he didn't see any hunts. Oh, but the blade dies. There was a reveal right on time. I think he showed himself for a short moment. FoCuS getting a little too cute for his own good. That's Demon Hunter second, tier 3, Talons. And this is oftentimes the weakest part of the game for the Night Elf, because you can get a rundown with Ensnare, Spirit Link and all that. I mean, with the Keeper you're going to be a lot stronger at this part in the game. Especially with Keeper level 3. Oh, FoCuS. Dropping the ball here on map 4. One small mistake, the grunt dies, and suddenly everything spirals out of control. Such is the nature of this matchup oftentimes for Orc. If you make one or two mistakes, the punish potential is huge. And guess who's here? Keeper with full mana. Yikes. Well. Seems like Kaho is going to be our first finalist. In the meantime, the Demon Hunter creeping up in the north. Oh my god, what an amazing early game all of a sudden. Keeper wants to get another kill. And that's easy to do. He's got the entangle, of course. The famous E button. Nice item for the Demon Hunter also, and he's gonna get level 2. Ooh. Rough game. Rough game for FoCuS. Double level 1 heroes. He lost 3 grunts. 3 grunts, let me tell you. That's not how this is supposed to go. Blade Master. Is he dead? If he just chases him with Entangle? Yeah, he's dead, right? Oh man. Oh man.
Players' forces are under attack.
Poor FoCuS. It's a bit of a painful game here. FoCuS with some good plays, but also with some mistakes today. Not super sharp. Level 3 on the Demon already against a level 1 Blade Master. At least the TC crept well. He's almost level 3 as well. What's the third hero for Kaho? Tinker probably, right? GG. Whoa! That was rather brutal. No chance there on the last map. Kaho takes map 3. And he is going to be our finalist. The grand final and the third place match are going to be played tomorrow. Kaho, he has really risen these last couple of months. Kaho is cementing himself as one of the best players out there. The top 10 now easily achieved for him as far as elo points go. And that was pretty fast. Only around 1 hour for our first best of 5. With Kaho winning. Indeed. But the next one, that is going to be even more epic. 1-0 versus Lin, going to be our next match, the second semifinal of the day. This is the rematch, by the way, of TeD Cup 9, where the two met in the grand final. And that was super epic indeed. We're going to go into a small break, and when we return, it's Lin versus 1-2-0. Get yourself some popcorn and get ready, because it's going to be sick.